the reward is going to be so huge that you can't even hide it. It's not something people will be the one telling other people about your success.
5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Uwana, and as you can tell from the title of today's video, this is episode 1 of Level Up Your Teens. In case you did not know, Level Up Your Teens is a series I decided to start because I liked watching Level Up Your 20s video, and I really just want the best for my viewers because the majority of my viewers are teenagers. So with that gotten out of the way, let's get right into today's video. So basically in today's video, we're going to be focusing mainly on building yourself up as a teenager from within and how to just, be someone of value even as a young adult. Like basically like the secrets to how you carry yourself as a young adult that no one really ever talks about. But with these things, there are so many opportunities that won't pass you by just because of the aura you carry, basically. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first way you can level up yourself as a young adult, one thing you have to have set already at the back of your mind is your belief system. Now, what do I mean by belief system? Your belief system is basically those principles and things you believe in, those things that you stand by no matter what. For example, religion. I feel religion is one solid example of what your belief system should be like. I'm going to use myself as a case study. I'm a Christian, and majority of the basic principles and things that I use to guide and direct my everyday life has to be like the word of God and reading the Bible and just knowing what I stand for. Like, this is the solid foundation to knowing who you are. That is why it's number 1. Yeah, as we go on further to the other point, you get why I made this number 1 and built everything on this first. I used to be really confused. Like, I didn't know like jack about myself. I used to be a people pleaser, basically. I just didn't have my own say in majority of things I used to do in life. And I think the Bible, or like the word of God rather, played a major role in me starting to become my own person. Psalms chapter 119 verses 105 says, "Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." The lamp there basically means like guidance. The word of God is guiding me. See, and there's some things that of basic human reasoning you won't really like know unless you actually dig deep into your word, and that's just facts. Like, to be honest, sometimes I'm reading the Bible and I'm like, word. You know, you try to practice the scripture and you're like, word. It's kind of like that because it makes sense, right? It's practical. It's something that you can actually practicalize and it will work out for you. Yeah, and it being a light onto your path is like direction. Basically, it's directing you on what to do if you find yourself in certain situations, if things and like this happen to you. So in case you're just confused and you're feeling outside the box, I believe it is very important to have some kind of belief system like that. I put this here because this is something that really played a major role. Like, when I say it played a major role, I mean it really helped me a lot, and I can't even lie. I'm not going to gatekeep it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Basically, that's one thing you should get out of the way if you're trying to level up your teens. Have something you believe in. Have something that is of eternal value to you, But yeah, that's it for tip number 1. The second tip I have for you to level up your teens is self-awareness. When you're self-aware, yeah, basically what this means is that you know who you are. Someone else cannot come and define who you are, define your personality whatsoever, because you already know who you are. You already know what you stand for. You know so many things about yourself. This is why I kind of based number 1 off of this. Yeah, once you know that, oh, I don't tolerate disrespect, that's it and final. If your own friend is out here disrespecting you, you can't take it because that's who you are. You know that, oh no, I'm bigger than that. I don't deserve that disrespect. Yeah, when you're self-aware, yeah, one of the bases that comes along with it is having standards. When you have standards, yeah, you are not going to settle for less because you know your worth, you know your value, you know what you can tolerate and what you cannot. So if someone or something is coming along your path that isn't up to standards for you, you're able to easily decline it and just, easily dismiss such negative energy or negativity. For example, a lot of people have standards in relationships, like friendships, boy and girl relationships. Yeah, so them settling for less is literally them disrespecting themselves. And this is why that saying comes like, oh, don't settle for less. Yeah, you have to actually understand what it means, not settling for less. You cannot say, oh, I'm not settling for less, and you don't even have standards. And someone can just come along your way and just allowing them into your space and disrupting your energy and your life. Come on now, baby girl, stop playing. You know that's a lie. I don't settle for less. You know you deserve better. You know you're worth more. See, yes, self-awareness comes down to also knowing your worth and value. If you know what you bring to the table, yeah, that's when it's even okay for you to have a standard. It's even okay for you to demand certain things from people. And those are the kind of people we attract. You get? It also goes down to boundaries. When you're self-aware, you'll be shocked at the kind of boundaries you're putting up for people and things that are just coming your way. Because, like I said, it all comes down to you knowing your worth. Once you know your worth, yeah, and you know the value you bring to the table, either this value would reward you in terms of monetary value, influence, opportunities, expansion. You're trying to build yourself up. Like, even as you're learning more about yourself, you're still in the process, right? For example, having boundaries. If someone is coming around you talking about like sexual stuff and you're not, that's not like your thing right now, or you don't even want to discuss this kind of thing with this certain person, you can like, oh, I don't want to discuss further than this, I don't feel comfortable, da 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 da. If they respect you, they actually respect you, yeah, they'll respect that boundary and shut their mouth up. It's that simple. And this, it doesn't even have to do with like talking to guys or friendships in general, things in general. You can actually set boundaries on different things, and you don't even have to explain yourself. You don't have to give an excuse as why you don't want certain things to be invaded in. Now, the third tip I have for you, another way to level up your teens, this one is so important because it's like you parenting yourself, and when you parent yourself, you're basically helping yourself grow. And number 3 is to be disciplined. The thing with discipline is that over time you start to see the reward. You know that you're not just doing it for like, oh, because when I said in her video, be disciplined, you actually start to see the fruits of your labor. Being disciplined means you restricting yourself of things that don't necessarily help you as a person or reward you or just add to your value in general. Is you making sure you're doing what you have to get done and doing it well, doing it on time. If you don't actually go out of your comfort zone, like if you don't actually socialize, you wouldn't have the basics when it comes to being disciplined. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna use myself as a case study real quick. Going elsewhere to school, I knew I had to be disciplined in certain areas, even in terms of money management, because there's sometimes some tempting situations will come around you, or not even necessarily tempting, peer pressure. You have to be able to stand your ground and be like, oh no, I'm not about to do this with you, or like, oh no, I'm not about to like, jeopardize what I'm trying to build myself as. I always tell people this thing that most times don't look at where you're coming from, look at where you're going to, look at the things you want to actually achieve, and look at where you're doing in the present and saying, would this actually help me then? Would this actually add any form of value to me? That's one thing. And this comes down to anything you want to do in life, from character-wise to business-wise to just building your own personal brand. You have to be disciplined. I can't even emphasize this enough. It's something that you have to work on. It's not very easy, but it helps and it goes a long way. When you're disciplined, you're able to stand in front of other people and be accountable. When you're disciplined, you're able to present yourself in a way that shows that, okay, this person is not here to play. This person knows what they're doing. And that just really helps a lot in general. The fourth tip I have for you is so important. This tip is like gold. If they not tell you, I'm telling you, be contented. I know it's easier said than done, but there's so much to be thankful for. There is so much to be contented with. Being a teenager, being a Gen Z teenager to be specific, there are a lot of things that would be catching your eyes that your mates are doing and your mates are getting and da 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 da. Baby girl, let me just tell you, don't give in to the pressure. Like, it's not even that deep. Just be okay with what you have and attract whatever it is you want for. Pray for whatever you want, and it will definitely come your way, but with time. One thing I've been like realizing of late, I'm quite an impatient person sometimes. I don't like waiting for things, but I remember just like I just got tired of waiting, and I was just telling God that now I've done the wait for a while. And then I remember something that was said in church a couple of Sundays back. The pastor was like, your time and God's time is two totally different things. Like, to him, he's going with time and seasons. And I actually heard a sermon about this today, and it hit me hard. everything you want will definitely come to you as long as it's God's will, as long as it's good for you, as long as it's something you desire to actually build yourself up. But it's going to come with time. Do not pressurize yourself. I see a lot of teenagers just being lost and taking themselves into debt and just basically being broke just because they're trying to impress people. Yeah. And I'm like, it's not even necessary. Let me tell you the tea with being contented. When you're contented, you might not even have so much, but everybody will think you have a lot. Like, see, and literally people will think you're that girl, you're a big girl. Meanwhile, you know you're in your room sucking Gary. No, I'm not saying that being contented is like a way to hide, stuff, but being contented will just help you in the long run. You won't get pressurized. You know what you want and you'll be able to work for it. You'll be able to like just be satisfied in general, and then God is going to bless you more because you're thankful for what you already have, period. And then the fifth tip I have for my young adults is to set goals. Now, I didn't used to know how important this was until, let me say, my is this secondary school, like, yeah, when I was like writing my work and all that. I remember just writing down goals. Listen, write it down, don't keep mental notes, you have to write it. I remember just writing things that I wanted to achieve, things that I wanted to do, things not even like in terms of doing aspects, like how I wanted to grow myself, how I wanted to sound, how I wanted to look to people, the kind of aura I wanted to emit, right? I just had to basically stay and kind of analyze everything and kind of like just soak it up. And in terms of goals, just things I see myself doing, places I see myself being, it feels so good when you've accomplished these things and you come back to that book, that piece of paper you wrote it in, and you're just checking it. They're just checking it. This is something I'm even working on. I'm currently working on a new like set of goals, set of things that I want to actually just do for myself and see come to pass in my life. And I can't wait for it to come to pass. You guys, there's just, I don't know, just this adrenaline rush that comes with actually accomplishing your goals. No goal is too small, no goal is too tiny. Let me even use the Burna Boy, this thing gingered me up this week. If you know make no evidence say you try your best, you go explain that, yeah.
You gonna explain tire. You go explain because no evidence. So you try your best if you don't make am for this life.
It's editing Uwana, and I just want to say, Burna Boy has dropped another video saying you can actually have evidence but still explain tire. So honestly, in this life, just choose what will motivate you to actually get what you have to get done. Okay? You explain and explain, and that is so true. Have you ever been in a situation whereby, like I say, something was supposed to happen for you and that maybe you've even gone to brag to your friends, but we don't do that sometimes, keep your mouth shut. And then it doesn't happen, and they're like, guy, how far it's happening? And like, it's like, I don't even know, you start talking. At that point, nobody wants to hear that, they just want to see results. So that is like a motivation for you to actually set your goals, shut your mouth and get it done. And baby girl, what you've been keeping quiet for all along, or baby boy, I know boys are watching this video, sorry. What you've been keeping quiet all along, for, the reward is going to be so huge that you can't even hide it. It's not something people will be the one telling other people about your success. And I believe in so many young adults. Let me tell you, you're not too young to start anything. You're not too young to do anything. I used to have that mentality before. I used to have it for every area of life. Even my relationship with God, I was like, oh, I'll start when I'm 25. I'll start when I'm... Baby girl, start now. Teenagers are out here doing things. I love going out sometimes just to see people my age actually doing things, having t-shirt brands, starting podcasts, being YouTubers, being in different places, actually doing things and earning money for themselves and actually being people of value. I believe in us. A lot of people have downgraded this Gen Z, but you people, I'm so keen on helping us to actually reach our fullest potential. That is why I'm bringing this video to you. That is why I'm starting this series, to motivate you. You're going to become your own person. Yes, I know your parents are doing quite well, they give you everything you want, but you're going to become your own person. Because after 30, there's nothing like saying, my parents held me back. And let me tell you, there's no space again, because this is your 30s, this is your 20s, and then this is your teenagehood. Imagine starting up from here and building it and making it here. Then in your 30s, you're obviously settled. So that's how I like to look at it. That is how I try to motivate myself. There are times that I don't want to do jack on my life. I just want to sleep and eat. But there's sometimes that I just get this adrenaline rush that if I don't do this thing now, someone else might do it. Not even someone else might do it. Like, it might not just happen. And then you don't know what you've lost from that. You wouldn't know until someone else takes that idea and uses it and makes millions. When you write things down, you manifest them and make them your reality. That is what setting goals is. You don't just write it down and leave the book out. Have it at the back of your mind that yes, this is where I'm working towards. Even though the road might be really bumpy, it might seem very hard, all odds might be against you, the economy might be choking your neck, you can do it. Just trust in yourself. I'm so tired of people saying, I'll start later. I was planning on, I'm going to. Trust me, I'm an excuse giver. I've given a lot of excuses and that has just not gotten me anywhere. But imagine if you're always hyping yourself up and actually doing the work, where you get to. See, I'm not about to come here and be a motivational speaker here, but I just know there's something that needs to be done by you, and if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it. So be the light in your generation. Be that girl, be that boy, and just rock your teenage years. Trust me, it's not only partying and the shalaing that's gonna get you to enjoy your teenage years. Accomplishing things and seeing it work for you in the long run is actually another way you fully utilize your young adulthood. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope I wasn't talking too much. I've been all over the place. But honestly speaking, I've gotten so comfortable with talking to the camera. I love it. I'm enjoying the process. Thank you all so much for your support on all my previous videos. Even my sit-down videos, they're doing quite well compared to how I thought it would do. But I think you guys love the vlogs more. But if you want more sit-down videos, you want more vlogs, whatever, just leave in the comment section. We have a fun time in the comment section. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. Share, emphasis on the share. Share this with your friends, because when your friends grow, you are growing too. So don't be a gatekeeper, don't be selfish. Share with people, post on your story so that other young adults that are following you can actually get the good news. Like, I actually just want to see people doing well. I love seeing people do well. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media handles. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I look so fine.